Day 5, 10:43 a.m. Most of the housemates are in the bedroom. Today the housemates will nominate for the first time.
Where's my shit at?
I quite like it anyway.
You don't?
Michael, Ruler and George are in the kitchen.
The only fair taxation is based on your income. Because if you put the tax on bread, milk, cheese, clothes, then whatever your income, whenever you consume that product, you're paying the tax. And that's not fair.
I know that.
And that was Mrs. Thatcher's big crime, the poll tax, where the Duke and the dustman who emptied his bins paid the same poll tax. That's just completely undemocratic.
Preston is in the diary room talking to Big Brother.
Hello, Preston.
Hello.
How are you getting on with your fellow housemates?
I think George is trying to run a bit of a socialist dictatorship. I think that's just his, his line of work coming out. But I'm sure, I'll live with it. I was talking to Jodie about Chantel being fake, and I told it to George, but he was being a bit calculated about it, do you know what I mean? It's just very obvious that he's playing the game, and I don't like to... I like to be completely oblivious to that, do you know what I mean? I like to think that everyone in there, although I know it's not true, but everyone in there is just, like, getting on with it and not thinking, like, how am I going to win, who am I going to vote out, and all that. And I'm sure they all are. Obviously they all are. I am. But it shouldn't be at the forefront of your mind of just saying, like, oh, well, now Chantel's going to win. That's what he said at the party. He goes, now Chantel's going to win because who's going to vote her out? And it's just like, well, fucking who cares? We're having a party. Do you know what I mean? Chill out.
2:27 p.m. Big Brother has gathered the housemates in the living room for this week's nominations. Each week, housemates will be called to the diary room to nominate 2 people for eviction. The 2 or more housemates with the most nominations will face a public vote. Housemates are called to the diary room in alphabetical order.
This is Big Brother. Would Chantel come to the diary room?
Chantel! You started this shit yesterday. You started this yesterday.
Oh yeah, don't. Go on.
I love you in your dressing gown. I love you in your nightie. But when the moonlight flits across your tits, Jesus Christ Almighty. Spike Milligan.
Please could you give the name of your first nomination and explain your reasons for this nomination?
My first nomination is going to be Ruler. She's rude, I know she don't like me, and she's really controlling. I feel like she's clocking everything that I'm eating, and I feel as though I can't move. I feel suffocated.
Now could you give the name of your second nomination and explain your reasons for this nomination?
The second nomination is going to be George. He always thinks he's right. What he says, order in the court. But you're not in, Houses of Parliament now. We're all going to ring order in the court. Like, I can imagine him thinking, stupid young girl, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm so above her. I don't feel I'm below him.
Thank you, Chantal. You may now leave the diary room.
Thank you.
Is an egg a vegetable?
Let's spell colour without a U.
Is an egg a vegetable?
I know. I know one.
Huh? What is an egg then? What category does it come in? Mineral.
Colour without a U.
Is it a mineral?
But that ends with another E.
Elderberry.
Good,
that is.
Yeah.
What?
We just watched it.
Did you? Yeah. Oh, lovely.
That is crazy.
Keep facing mom.
Yeah, I'm such a kitsch, such a bitch.
Such a kitsch, yeah.
This is Big Brother.
Yeah.
Would Dennis come to the diary room?
One of you
Dennis,
guys leaving.
go Dennis, go Dennis.
Who's that go?
Please, no, Christ, through the thing.
Please could you give the name of your first nomination and explain your reasons for this nomination?
I don't know. Preston, I guess. A little too conservative. You know, he's supposed to be a rock star, and rock stars don't act like that, so I think he's just a little too square.
Now could you give the name of your second nomination and explain your reasons for this nomination?
I have to say, Jodie. She bitched too much about shit that got her famous. That should be good. She sit there and say that, you know, I hate people talking about me. I hate people saying about my saggy tits, this. I mean, everything in the book. But in the same sentence, she forgot what got her in this house. She bitch about things, about certain emotions that, you know, she don't want to talk about, but she keeps talking about every day. We got it. We here to have fun and not to sit there and share emotions about things that got us famous. So it's kind of like, okay, we got it.
There's a crowd gathers outside on the night you have to leave.
Yeah.
To boo you.
I know.
You are.
That was quick.
You're next. No?
Oh, me.
Who's next? Oh, you're next.
That was quick.
Faria is the third housemate to nominate.
A white horse walks into a pub and walks up to the bar, and the barman looks at him and he said, "You're famous, aren't you? We've got a whiskey named after you." He said, "What, Eric?"
Jodie would be my first nominee. She draws attention to herself for the wrong reasons. She'll just be silly and get in arguments with people. I think she creates uneasiness with some of the older people. I nominate Pete, and my reasons are that he can be quite annoying, examples of which are making a lot of noise at night, keeping people up. It was just the constant complaining, the waking up, you know, and like talking normally without having respect for others that were sleeping at night. That really annoys me.
So far, Jodie has received 2 nominations. George, Preston and Ruler have received 1 nomination each.
You're up next, George. Fucking, I hate doing that. Hated every minute of doing that.
Hello. My first nomination is Jodie. She's a very troublesome element and quite a troubled person, I think. She's very negative. She's always looking for an argument with one or other of the housemates. She does no work in the house. She neither cooks nor cleans. And I think that she's rocking the boat at times quite seriously. And when you've got 11 people in a boat in which they're stuck, you can't afford people who appear to be willfully rocking it. She consumes a fantastic amount of alcohol and then gets worse and is increasingly sullen during the day when she's suffering from the inevitable hangover. My second nomination is the other belligerent, Pete, who sings like an angel, but who is a housemate from hell. His conversation is about 2 things only, about appearance and plastic surgery and so on, and about sex. That's the crudest kind of sexual talk you've ever heard, certainly I've ever heard. I have to say, though, I think he's a fantastic performer. I'll be buying his album when I get out.
The 4 at the end, okay? The one in the middle finger. Press the middle finger against the middle finger, yes? And then that.
Yeah.
The index finger. That's it, you got it.
Yeah, that one. Barry,
Thank you, my son.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
Jodie comes to the diary room.
Hello, Jodie.
Hello. The first person I want to nominate is Pete because he called me the lowest of the low. Charming. Out of everybody here, he's doing the least amount of any work with inside the house. Like, i.e., I've never seen him wash up or do any drying up or any sort of cleaning or cooking. Or he's absolutely giving no contribution to the house whatsoever. And he takes everybody's cigarettes, which is annoying when you're a smoker. Oh, and his gorilla coat as well, actually. Because I don't agree with wearing fur, so the fact that he's got whatever fur coat, I just want to see him and his gorilla gone. My second nomination is George. I felt like he was picking on me yesterday and started an argument that wasn't really necessary and was arguing with me just because I believe in something, and that is that I don't eat meat and I don't wear fur. And I just felt like he was picking on me, and I just feel a bit bullied by him. You know, I just think he's not a very nice person.
I can't believe it's...
Does it get any easier once you're in there, George?
The person has to go out. It's like...
Okay. KLM Maggot.
Yeah.
Maggot then Michael.
I was hoping to be able to...
Maggot.
Use the Louis file over there.
Maggot then Michael.
Not be quick.
Then Preston.
Maggot is the sixth housemate to nominate.
Mickey!
Hey, Maggot.
Oh, God, I hate it. Really did. Can't stand it.
Anyway.
You Persian?
My mother has Persian blood in her. How do you know that?
Okay, the first person I'm going to nominate is Pete. He argued with Jodie yesterday, and it went on a bit. I don't mind a heated discussion or a heated debate, but it's got to go somewhere. If Pete stays in the house, then he is going to cause, I believe, there will be massive fireworks and disruption here. I believe Pete and Jodie will fall out again, and they will continue arguing, and there will be bad vibes here, and I don't wish to see that. The second person I'm going to nominate is Jodie, and that is because if Jodie did stay here, I think she would increasingly be less happy, and it could cause an effect on the morale of the group, which you have to remain upbeat and buoyant at all times.
3:25 p.m. Housemates have been nominating for 1 hour and 17 minutes. Jodie and Pete both have 4 nominations. George has 2, and Preston and Ruler both have 1 nomination each.
This is Big Brother. Would Michael come to the diary room?
All right then. Bomb this thing. Just run over the wall.
Michael.
Make them laugh, Michael.
Ben?
Yeah.
Aye?
Make them laugh.
Oh, don't know about that. It's not
Preston, and then Tracy.
My first nomination is Dennis. It was too aloof. When you're in a community, I mean, unless you want to, especially when you have a choice to come in here originally, then if you want to do it, not only do it on your terms, I don't think this is the place to do it. This is the sort of show or format, whatever you want to call it, to do it on. My second nomination is Jodie. She's got demons, got a huge amount of anger, although she won't admit it. I think she needs to deal with that. I think she needs to realise that you can't say things about other people like that even on a private basis, is not healthy. Unless you've got something good, I know it's an old cliche, unless you've got something good to say, somebody say nothing. She's very manipulative and very conniving, and that frightens me even more. I hate atmospheres. I was brought up in that, and I don't want to... I don't want to go unnecessarily for all that again. And I'm just gonna, watch it. When somebody goes headlong into a brick wall and not even put their hands out to stop themselves. I mean, it's insanity. And I don't want to be around that because it makes me feel like this. It just makes me feel like this. I don't know whether it's this bleeding booze or not. What it is. I started to going on and on about, I just want my mum to colour me. I just felt so good, and I thought, oh Christ, I'm starting to go again. So I don't wish for anything. I never have done. All I've ever wanted is just to be part of this world and do what I get paid to do what I do, and I have. I hope I can at least have a bit more time in here, because a mate of mine said, now that you're well, you promised me you're not going to get sensible. I said, no, I promise you that.
Finally, can you please confirm the names of the two people you have chosen to nominate?
The Big Brother, the names of the two people I've chosen to nominate are Dennis and Jodie.
Thank you, Michael. You may now leave the diary room.
So I have to go back to the room.
If you could.
Okay. Thanks, Big Brother.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next to nominate is Pete.
Is that alright, Michael?
Cock and balls.
I'm so tired, like, unbelievably.
Because we've been in one place.
You had your big moment yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah, you're
it's like drained me, I think.
You're reacting from that as well, don't forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That makes sense.
Hi.
Please could you give the name of your first nomination and explain your reasons for this nomination?
I think quite predictably my first nomination would be Jodie. She's just not my kind of person, and some of her views on things I find absolutely abhorrent to my principles. I just think she doesn't know what she's talking about on any level about anything. I mean, yeah, my fur coat is objectionable to a lot of people, but then she doesn't know about the cosmetic testing with the things that she trials onto her face. She doesn't like the idea that people come up to her on the street and call her her words, not mine, a slut and a slag, and she's brought it on herself.
And she keeps perpetuating it so she can feel sorry for herself and everyone will feel sorry for her. And to me, she seems like a very damaged girl. And if she's not psychologically damaged, she's very, very calculating, trying to get a sympathy vote. I wouldn't piss on her if she burst into flames. Second nomination would be George, I would say. He seems above all this, really. But he seems like a man with a mission. And I don't really think that Big Brother is the main part of his mission. This is just a small stepping stone for him, something to do, an opportunity to meet some people, to try it out, and he's probably had enough by now anyway. I just think it'll make no difference to him if he goes or stays.
Pete is taking a sweet mother.
Nice there. Oh, get your ass in there, Pete. I want the next one in.
What?
That was quick.
You shut the door?
Well, yeah, because, you know, I'm not getting drawn into all that crap.
Can you leave it open a little bit?
Preston is next to the diary room.
They're not the most flattering mirrors, are they? Or if they are, I'm finished.
My first nomination is going to be George. He doesn't get on with any of the young people in here, really, and he doesn't seem to really make an effort with them. And so he's creating this age gap. And I like a lot of the older people in here. So I'm worried there's going to become these two camps of different ages. My second nomination is going to be Faria. She's not really earned the right to be in here, has she? Do you know what I mean? She had sex with someone. Like, well done. You know, everyone's just like, we can't get rid of Faria because she's like the mother figure or whatever. I think being in here, you know, I don't want to have someone who's like my mum or like my dad.
Who's next?
You don't give a
Ruler.
question.
That was quick.
Well done, Preston.
You did me proud.
Let's go, Preston.
Is that pointed at me?
Ruler is the penultimate to nominate.
I was going to go in there and do a joke and say I'm going to want to vote for... My first nomination is going to be Chantel because she's a lying bitch. And then just leave a little gap. I was thinking about it, but the only reason I didn't do it is because I bottled it at the last minute. I was going to do it and then say, I'm only joking. Do you know what I mean?
My first nomination would be Dennis. He's a huge, very highly sexed man who, it seems, only gets real pleasure out of when the gym is open. And the other thing that I find a little bit difficult is the constant sexual innuendo. I find it's a little difficult to take sometimes. My second nomination is Jodie. I don't know, she just carries a chip on her shoulder, so she gets angry, she gets verbose, she gets aggressive and sulky. And she keeps needing to prove that what she imagines people say she is isn't true. And yet she dresses in a very provocative manner, which seems to me to perpetuate the argument that she is most trying to squash.
Should we go out tonight or something? Should we go somewhere and have a nice meal and...
Be nice.
Yeah.
Stay home with Preston. That's great. Yeah, okay.
You don't look too good, Ruler. You okay?
Tracy is the last housemate to nominate.
The person that I'm nominating is Jodie. She's making more than a few people uncomfortable in the house. My second nomination would have to be Preston. I just never saw him really doing much to sort of help out, to sort of, cooking or cleaning or, or really reacting with people. I never really got the sense that he sort of wanted to be a part of everything.
Thank you, Tracy. You may now leave the diary room.
Thank you.
George and Pete received 4 nominations each. Jodie received the most nominations with 8. All 3 will face a public vote this week. Chantel, Maggot, Michael and Tracy didn't receive a single nomination. Preston and Dennis received 2 nominations each. Ruler and Faria received 1 nomination each. 5:55 p.m. Jodie's in bed.
About last things.
Most of the housemates are in the kitchen.
What do you know about besides American men?
What do you mean? What do I know about? What, about American men?
Yeah.
Normally marry their sweethearts. Normally marry their childhood, whatever it is. They usually marry too young, as far as I'm concerned.
How old are you?
39. Hypothetically, if I went out with you, you wouldn't think you'd fuck around, wouldn't you?
With you?
No.
With somebody else?
No way. If I'm with a man, I'm with a man, mate. I don't fuck around. I will not do that.
Girlfriend? You been home cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids and all that bullshit.
Why do I have to do it alone? Why can't you do it as well?
Because my job is consist of doing things like this and
like
that.
what?
This and that.
Oh, what's this and that? Define yourself now.
My job is to go out and make money.
Well, yes, but the women can do that too. We're quite good at multitasking, if you hadn't noticed.
Yes. You couldn't handle me at all.
I can't handle you at all. What makes you think you could handle me?
Oh, easy.
Oh, really?
Very easy.
Really? Oh, no, I'm easy, am I?
Mm.
Right. Where do you think this whole thing comes from you? I mean, how could you possibly think that?
I've been around so many Persian women in the last 20 years, my lord.
Oh dear, you haven't met girls who are Paki and Bengali mixed, mate.
Are you crazy? I know a girl today, boy, that's fucking... Whew. She married my friend, he's white.
Oh, yeah.
That girl is a mess, boy. Straight, all Persian.
Persian women are very, how can I say? They're beautiful, they're sensual, they're loving, they're good homemakers.
How's their sex? Pretty good?
I don't know, darling.
You're Persian.
I ain't fully Persian, no.
Well, you're half and half.
No, not half. They have said I've got some blood in me.
Real sugar.
You've got really nice eyes. Thank you. Like your eyelashes. So why is it, tell me?
The black men.
The black men.
There you go.
Like Asian girls.
You know, that's kind of a interesting point because...
They do. Indian girls, they smell us and they love us.
You must have fucked a black out there.
No, I haven't. Don't use the word fuck, it's not very pleasant.
Okay. Cross your mind?
Cross my mind?
Yes.
What? To do so? Yeah, it has crossed my mind, of course. I've just never been in that situation.
Yeah, you have. You could have put yourself in that situation.
Oh, yeah, I could have done, yes.
But you chose not to.
Yeah, because I see what goes on around with them as well.
You are fucking crazy.
I'm serious.
No, seriously, why you gotta judge people like that? You know, things happen.
No,
okay?
I know things happen, but also I know that you guys mess around a lot.
And we're hung like hell, but come on.
That's just such a myth, you know that?
That's no myth, is it?
It's a myth.
You say it every day.
No, I don't.
I do.
Well, that's you, love.
Because I've been in this house.
And anyway, I don't think they're all the same. I think perhaps some are.
I'm a cool guy.
I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are.
Sell it, sell it.
Shut up.
Okay.
All right.
(7:08 p.m). Jodie has been in bed for 1 hour and 13 minutes. Dennis and Tracy are in the living room.
This business that we're in, especially when you go to Europe, Europeans love to stick with Europeans. They're assholes. London people are assholes. See how the phone right here?
Dennis, you shouldn't say that. That's just
no, but that's true. London people are rude, just like people in New York.
No,
people in New York are fucking ruder.
People everywhere can be rude.
But I was saying, if you come here and stuff like that, it's okay. They love you no matter what.
But do you think that would cost you votes?
No, it would cost me votes. People like me no matter what the fuck I do.
Pete, Chantel, Preston and Maggot are at the dining table.
You'll be offered like acting roles because of what you pulled off earlier. Yeah. You'll be a right diva in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
She'll wake up in the morning and say,
I said that this morning. I said, ever since Chantel's been famous, she's gone right up her own arse.
No,
I said that.
you didn't.
She changes her clothes every hour.
Yeah, she changed.
Oh, no, don't say that.
I'm
no,
with the mirror. Look at the mirror.
You?
Because don't think it, I was only joking.
Oh, good. Oh.
then she's like, oh, good, I only get my good side. I thought she was going to wake up this morning, big pair of Chanel sunglasses on, headscarf, fair coat. Okay, darling, bring me a coffee.
George and Rula are in the spa.
Funny thing with Pete, because I want to get on with him, simply because I think there is an element of desperation in somebody who has taken such a long time to construct this persona, and yet argues that it's got nothing to do with wanting to change gender or wanting to do it for anybody else but himself. It's sort of Frankenstein-like almost.
It is, yeah. It's really freaky. A man that spends the best part of an hour a day in front of a mirror, it is
big enigmas.
Utterly bizarre. I think Michael's presence is a little overwhelming.
Yeah. And very commanding. You see, there is no question, even if you try to participate in a story or a joke or contribute something, he will override.
Yeah.
Up until now, I've found it, you know, wonderfully alleviating at times, but at times it has started to, if I'm completely honest, to annoy me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he needs to be a showman all the time.
Yeah.
It's rare that he will actually relax.
Yeah.
He's a very
fraught,
jittery, fraught person.
Yeah, I didn't expect that to develop as an idea in my mind, but it has a bit.
8:43 p.m. Most of the housemates are in the living room. Ruler and George are in the seating area discussing Saddam Hussein.
When I met him the second time, I only met him twice. That was a proper meeting.
Just the two of you?
Me and him and 3 or 4 others. But the meeting was between me and him. I asked to see him, to ask him to allow the arms inspectors to come back to the country. I said, look, I'm going to be frank with you. You have to know from me that they're definitely going to attack. There's definitely going to be a war. And the only way you can stop it, and even then you might not stop it, is to let these inspectors back. And I then said to him, I fixed him eye to eye like I'm fixing you. And I said, and you have to get rid of what you've got. He looked me in the eye and he said, we do not have weapons of mass destruction.
But was he hated by the people?
Not at all. Not at all. As is obvious now. Now they admit that. He was hated by political opponents because, as I suppressed all opposition political forces. But he wasn't hated by the ordinary Iraqis. No, not at all.
Is there anybody similar to him that is waiting to step in?
No, and the fact that he's still alive is a major difficulty for everybody. If he had been killed, and I'm sure the Americans wish now that they had killed him, but they wanted to humiliate him, so they chose to keep him alive.
And what do you think will happen to him? He won't be executed, will he?
Certainly that decision will be made by the Americans. What I say is, you can kill him if you like, he's in your power, but don't imagine it will make any difference. He'll be even bigger as a martyr than he is as a live person. So the Americans will be ill-advised to execute him, but that doesn't mean they won't.
(10:07 p.m). Some of the housemates are at the dining table. Tracy and Michael are in the bedroom.
Does that hurt?
No, come care less disturb me.
Chantel, Jodie and Preston are in the spa.
It'll all come out in the wash anyway.
George, just my does my brain in.
Yeah, he does
big
mine in
time.
totally.
Well, he's just trying to father us, isn't he? But I don't want that.
Well, I don't want him to father
Well, he's not
me.
even fathering us, he's just being a prick.
And he sees everything. He clocks everything.
He just sits, like, in
He
a corner.
observes, he observes,
where he's
like, his eyes are like...
So just fucking go home, watch it on telly, and we can have someone else in here. Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
exactly. Definitely.
But I think,
I
well,
just
my problem, and, like, is that if you think, well, I've got to appeal to a young demographic, what am I going to do? Go on Big Brother? It's just, I think that's a bit too obvious from a politician. I think everyone in politics is just going to think that he's
They're going to laugh him out of the...
Do you know what I mean?
he's just going to be laughed out of the fucking house or whatever it's called.
He just, like...
Because I just think it's embarrassing that he's on this. He's like a 50-whatever-year-old man. It's like... Leave Big Brother to us youngsters, do you know what I mean? Because this is what we do.
Well, no, I don't know about that.
No, but no, I'm not saying all old people. I'm saying just for him in particular. It's like, you want to be a serious politician, go and do that. Don't come on a show where you're trying to be a celebrity.
(10:42 p.m). Some of the housemates are at the dining table. Michael, Preston and Chantel are in the kitchen. Pete, Ruler and George are at the seating area.
When you started on this journey, did you have a game plan? I mean, did you draw the face and the shape that you wanted to have?
Didn't design it on paper. It was sort of very...
How did you tell the surgeon or the surgeons?
I went to various ones till I found a few of them who kind of understood and could give me guidance.
What age did you start?
It was 1984. I had my nose done, so how old did that make me? 1984.
So you were what? You were 24?
I'm 46 now. Was that 24 in 1984?
84 is 22 years ago.
So yeah, that would be the age.
What I'm puzzled at, I mean this genuinely, not in any critical way. You say that you didn't know who you were in terms of looking
I knew
at your
who I
face.
was inside.
Yeah, but isn't that what we really are?
I was at 24.
I mean, if God forbid, one of us had a terrible accident and our face was disfigured, we'd still be the same person.
I just felt like I was in the wrong vessel.
I can understand that it's very difficult for you to explain, but I keep thinking of people who are born with seriously ugly, you know, with huge bat ears, and I'm not talking deformed, I'm just talking really ugly.
You know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and you've got to ultimately behold yourself.
Well, yeah, but you also have to be humble enough sometimes to accept what you're given.
It's not in my nature. It's also about what you make up as a person, you know. And if something needs changing in any way, in any aspect of my life, I will do everything I can to change it.
Well, I mean, I don't understand how you can, at such an early age, look at yourself and say, this is not me. I don't understand how... I just don't understand.
I don't understand either, but it was a very real situation. You know, it's kind of weird if a child wears a balaclava pulled right down, an anorak hood knotted tight and pulls the polar neck sweater up there. Even
no, there are a lot of hoodies nowadays who
well, they
do
do that, but, you know, I lived in the wardrobe as well. I'd get in the wardrobe and stay there all day because I just wasn't comfortable in my being.
Just your face or the rest of your body?
Just my face.
(3:36 a.m). Most of the housemates are asleep in the bedroom. Jodie, Pete and Michael are in the kitchen.
You're a leader. You're probably used to being the leader. You, like, even when we were outside, what I noticed is when that... It didn't matter a fook to me, you know, the order of who's most famous, and you let right
No, it
in.
didn't matter to me. Do you know what and I've explained this to other people because they kind of half agreed with me, was that the only reason I was...
Who kind of half agreed with you?
Oh, I'm not going to sit here and name names.
It's just a dead, interesting conversation. Don't
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
up, take a deep breath.
No,
Take
no,
a
no.
deep breath. I'm trying to help you. Take a deep breath.
No. The only reason I got involved there and went, no, like Dennis and Tracy should be number 1 and 2 or whatever, is because I had no clue, obviously.
It's because you didn't like Michael at the time.
then you are very paranoid if you think that, because it was nothing to do with that. Can I just finish anyway?
Okay,
Can I please just finish why I got involved there?
No, you can't. Do you think I'll give a monkeys about being first, second, third, fourth, or 11th?
No.
Then why did you jump in and have to make a statement?
If you let me finish, I'll tell you. Because I didn't know that task was purely revolved around Chantel not being last, yeah? And I thought there's got to be a twist to this task, because it can't be that easy. Because if it was that easy, it doesn't matter what order we go in, we just get in
I think
on
you're
any...
lying.
Well, I find that offensive, because I don't tell lies. I don't care who's number 1, who's number 11, I do not care.
You seem to vehemently care. I didn't
Michael,
actually move.
I could not care less whether you
were...
were first or 11th. I could not care less. I could not care less.
Jodie, look at me straight in the eyes. I don't give a toss.
Nor do I.
No, listen, about whether I was put in first place.
Nor do I. Michael, you're taking this way too personally, because you think that I was saying that as a personal dig against you.
I'm trying to get to the bottom.
And it wasn't.
I'm trying to get to the bottom why you got a problem and you don't talk to him in the daytime, you don't talk to me, you avoid
I've been avoiding
the older
Pete.
ones, as you call them.
I've been avoiding
You've got
Pete.
a problem with the older ones,
No,
the younger ones understand. You don't mind if they have a go at you. You talk such a load of shit, honestly. You try and help you and you don't go...
You're not trying to help me.
Why am I not trying to help you?
Why am I not
when you
gave me
Tell
advice,
me why I'm not trying to help you.
When you gave me advice,
tell me why I'm
you told
trying
me to
to
leave the country. That's not help.
Sorry?
The only reason I've been avoiding Pete is because he called me the lowest of the low yesterday, and I find that offensive, and it really, really upset me that he called me that, because I think there are far more people in the world that are lower than me, and therefore I think it's fair enough to say, like, let's just keep out of each other's way, unless we're going to get on, and if we get on, then we'll speak all day long.
What planet are you on? What bleeding planet?
What planet are you on?
I'm on this planet firmly, love.
Really?
Yeah.
You honestly believe that, do you?
I absolutely do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Because I don't.
Well, can I just speak, like, impartially? I think, actually, he's done enough work on himself through all of the hardships and the rehabs and the press things that he had to come through, where I personally probably would have killed myself. And I think when somebody's still grounded, they've been through that much crap, and they can be calm about any matter, I would agree, and this is no dig on you, I would agree above all of us, and actually above anyone I've ever met, he's really on this planet. You're a really nice girl, but you've made all these mistakes, and you continue to make them, and you're dead young. You're dead young.
Yeah, but you know what? I personally...
Jodie, listen to him. Just listen to him.
I am listening. I'm fully listening.
Don't interrupt him. Listen to him.
Yeah, but
No, listen. Just listen for once. Just don't keep coming in.
I don't mind.
I'm allowed to explain myself.
Just let him finish.
I'm allowed to explain myself. If he's saying something about me and what I do...
Jodie, darling, please, listen. I was given a great bit of advice years ago when I was the same age as you. In this business, keep your mouth shut and your ears open. Do you understand what that means? That's so that you take in what's going on around you, so that those who've had the experience can pass it on to you. Don't go crashing on thinking you can get through this business on your own, because you can't. You're not an island. We all need each other.
I can't change who I am, and who I am is to say everything I think and feel.
No, you can change who you are, because it's not doing you...
I don't want to. I want
Why don't you want...
me, because
all
I
right,
am me.
fair enough. So you think the way you're behaving by saying what you say about others is OK?
I just say what I think.
It's not on, Dole. You can't slag other people off in the business. It's a hard enough game as it is without slagging each other off. The last thing you need in this game, or any business, or any walk of life, is to have a go at each other. You don't need that. Don't slag other people off. For once, just bleed and listen.
I'm trying to work out, either you're really calculating and you're coming here to make everyone feel sorry for you, but then that's not working. Because they're just thinking, oh, God, that girl, she's tragic because she's messing up everywhere.
20 minutes before I walked through that door, I was told my dad wouldn't be here because he's ill.
Oh, here we go.
Right?
Sorry, but...
No. And then I walked down the carpet and got booed. And then I came in, and one of the first things everybody wanted to know was, oh, so what's Jordan really like, and what's this, and what's that? And fuck me. Fucking sorry that I'm a fucking human being with feelings. Do you know what I mean? Because just fuck anyone. I don't want pity. I don't want nothing.
What did he come in here under?
Do you know what I want? I just want you lot all to just chat to me nicely, like you do to everybody else.
I think you just pulled a crying stunt on camera because you want more sympathy. I mean, I've never heard anything so opportunistically sympathy grabbing as, what's more, my dad was ill. Oh, do you think I poisoned my dad? No, he was on blood pressure tablets. He was feeling sick. That's why he come to the red carpet, and that worried you.
Well, I
You're
don't think you
conducting
have,
this
'cause-
all for the camera. I couldn't give a shit if the
Why
camera's on me
didn't
or
you
not.
just sit down there? Why didn't you face this way? Why didn't you face over there?
I'm comfortable sitting like this. When I'm at home,
Well,
in
I'll
my
tell you what.
kitchen, I sit on my kitchen worktop. I feel comfortable. It's a
I
comfortable
don't know why we
position.
didn't actually put
Right?
I'm surprised there ain't a cross there so that you knew where to sit. How do you know?
Do you know what? I'm going to bed now because you're just being utterly ridiculous and patronising and insulting, and I'm going to bed. Thank you. Good night.
It's not even funny.
It's fucking repulsive. It's so unfunny.
George, Jodie and Pete are the first housemates to face eviction from the celebrity Big Brother house. Who goes? You decide. To evict George, call 09011 32 33 04. To evict Jodie, call 09011 32 33 05. To evict Pete, call 09011 32 33 08. Or text the name of the housemate you want to evict to 84444.